part 3 where we've got to do probably a little bit of a review from Saturday as well too, boys, before we go into the week ahead, Mark. The week ahead sees Warwick Farm, isn't it? Canterbury or Warwick Farm?
Yeah, no, Warwick Farm.
Warwick Farm, yeah, I wrote that down wrong.
Goulburn Friday, I'll be there. Saturday, Rose Hill. And then Grafton next week. Grafton, yeah.
Kembla Monday, I think.
Kembla Monday.
Yep.
And Cessnock Tuesday.
Monday.
Cessnock Tuesday. Then I'm playing to Grafton. I've got about 11 meetings in 12 days. I cannot wait.
Beautiful. Grafton.
I tell you the observation that I would make from the weekend. I got to Rose Hill and it was such a dour feeling to be at Rose Hill on Saturday. It was quintessential midwinter.
Yep.
Everyone looked like this. The horses were doing like this. It was just, it was like the depths of midwinter. And I'm thinking, wow, horse racing is really very seasonal, unlike the rest of our lives, which are totally climate controlled. Like, we start early, we finish early in the... we start early and finish early in winter. But in our lives, we still get up at the same time, we go to bed at the same time. We don't actually do anything different in our lives in winter. But horse racing, summer is like this and winter is like this.
Yeah.
And it's quite old school.
So what are we,
it's very old school.
What are we looking for then? What do you say?
I'm saying that it's very hard to get excited in midwinter unless you are backing a winner.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real drudge feeling.
Get through to the spring carnival.
Yeah.
We're battling.
And I'll tell you actually where it will kick in even probably more so, and this is, I'm sure the products are going to be great on Saturday, but the second week at Rose Hill when it's like that, the double at a racecourse in a row when you like that, it can become really.
So we are looking forward to the spring horses.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a good thing, isn't it? So we actually expose ourselves to the seasons, which is it means we get excited.
All the time,
it can't be exciting all the time.
But if it was, it wouldn't be exciting.
To have a high, you require a low.
But
Grafton's great chop out.
Because you occasionally feel bad.
Brutal. Anyway, all right. Just quickly on Saturday, the riders overdid the track playing again. A lot of the winners came up on the inside in the lane.
I tweeted on Saturday morning. I said Rose Hill equals 3 metres. Suits middle draws. Rails run okay. Let's just have a look at the barriers from the winners. 5 of 8, 5 of 9, 3 of 8, 4 of 7, 4 of 7, 6 of 10, 4 of 10, 8 of 16. Is that the middle draws?
That's middle draws, it is, yeah, exactly.
One middle
and
draw
most of them have cut up inside, and most of them have got outside the fast lane and put themselves into worse ground.
Well, like Christy Lee, to me, looks like a horse to follow. That horse has come way too wide on the track.
Might have been, but that might have got into the better going way up wide.
Maybe. There's a horse there that raced off the tape this morning, started 100 to 1, that backed up, that ran terrifically well on the inside. I think 10 to 0. I don't care where he
race on Thursday at Wild.
Don't care where he takes it next day. He'll obviously take it down in class, but he will be posting a number 1 next to its name.
We're seeing, I think generally now, Mark, and for the track curator family, they're just not, the tracks are just not going to dry out now until we get longer days. They're just going to be. We're resigned to this, aren't we?
Does it surprise you, Pat, when you get onto these tracks that are they wetter than you expect they are?
Yeah, it's just winter, and I haven't spoken to Dad about it, but they bring in the rate-ins now, and you could nearly basically re-rate the tracks from summer to winter. They're completely different.
So they're happy to call tracks a heavy 10 in summer, and it doesn't seem right.
No, it's a different, it's a completely different track. It's like the winter tracks are just like porridge. It's a different type. Like, you can get wet trackers not handle them. Because they're luggy and they just can't get through them. When they get on a summer wet track, they can get through them. They're really different tracks.
Worlds,
you can really feel them. The whole kickback and everything's different. You know?
So like a track like on Saturday Rose, you're right, it sort of looked like it was a real testing.
Muddy, especially if they haven't had rain for 2 days and the rating doesn't change. That just shows it's just mud and slosh. You know, it's a completely different rate into a summer track that gets 30 mil of rain in the week, but then that heat and humidity sweats it out.
I think that was a great word you just used then for winter wet racing, porridge. Because that's how it does look. I'm sure it feels like
and that's what it's like. Real
but
sticky.
Obviously we've got a lot of grass on these tracks, because I mean I look at something like this out here. That's not big.
But if you dug into it, if you went into that, it would keep going. You know what I mean? Like
that's right.
If you got your shovel out, it'd be a lot easier to dig it now than it would be in summertime. If you had the same amount of rain, and it'd just keep going.
And horses are pretty well-designed digging machines too, with their feet and 500 kilos pushing it.
And nothing grows, so you can't expect it to patch itself up again.
Just got a completely left field question to do with the subject. I don't know why I'm thinking about jockeys showering. Do jockeys shower every race?
No, every meeting, but not every race.
No, but okay, but you go out and race 2 and you come back covered in mud. You dive in the shower before you put the
you can, but
do
most of them just wash their
sponge
face,
off, wash their hair, pull their hair,
change pants.
So you haven't really got time to line them up a shower.
No, not really.
Okay.
No,
I thought they might. I thought I don't know what I was thinking about that little leprechaun going in there. The fucking
sneak that up onto Twitter, Glenn's.
Yeah.
Glenn probing Patrick about the big shower or current affair. Jockeys not showering in between races.
I just wonder if they did on wet tracks.
And washing powder.
I don't know. I don't know why they. I don't know why. I thought
What's really in it?
They use soap or not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Winona, 3 winners of the day. Beauty's Beast,
just
2-year-old
talking about Winona there. I was thinking about what Mark said about how like we're down amongst the dead men. Someone like Winona Young she's had to come from a stable change. She's got a bit of freshness, a bit of positivity about her, and there she's being had 3 winners. I was thinking about that, something different.
Yeah, it's certainly like someone with a bit of energy is going to go a long way in this. Before they get ground down.
Yes.
But certainly they're going to have a bit of impact.
We were at a funeral last week, Chinese Dave. We saw dead Chinese Dave's dad. We mentioned it before.
Dead Chinese Dave's dad.
Yeah, and dead Chinese Dave's dad, one of his systems was that he would go to the races.
Yes.
We're hearing me insist.
Yes.
I thought about it on Saturday. That you go to the races and do that, you made a few bets. And if a jockey wins 2 races, say by race 6 or race 5, if he wins 2 races, you make sure you back him in his next, whatever amount he's got left, because he'll ride the next win. He'll ride another.
He'll ride a treble.
And there was Winona with
there it was.
Yeah,
Thanks,
three
Fred.
is like something you don't. It's like the 50 or the 100 in cricket. You want to raise the 100,
Yeah, I must say I was impressed.
Well, 3's a hat
T.
trick.
Anglet on Very Delicious. I thought he just absolutely knew what he was doing there.
Looked outstanding on that ride.
He's so focused. He thought he just knew exactly what to do.
He's going very well.
And he's got a pregnant missus at the moment, so he's all guns blazing to make as many dollars as he can. He's got plenty of bills coming up, plenty of. I think you guys have been a bit hard on him since he came back, and I think you've been proven right. I've always been a T. Anglet supporter, but I think he's going to hit.
Well, only because you were pumping him up. It was like.
I thought he came back great, and then he just dropped real.
I remember we kind of.
Yeah.
I said, well, don't give up. Give up at your own peril.
Yeah.
But I think his time's now.
And I think he's got to just get in the same groove that Huey did with his weight.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of probably riding, like he's taller than most, and he does it tough.
Yeah.
And it's like Huey's got the happy place now where you.
We've talked about Huey's happy place weight.
Yeah, you ride that weight, and it's such a good different thing because as I said, you don't care personally watching the horses go around. Blake did it too, and then when he rode a heap of winners, and still is, and you don't. Trainers ring you up to say that. Oh, just get down to 55 and a half, it can win and everything. But you're like, no, you're happy to go watch you go around.
I suppose
and once you got your manager on the same page and say you're only taking those rides,
then
I
don't even want to know about it.
You don't even want to know what you could have missed out.
Well, that ride is for 2 minutes, and obviously it's worth the money. But the whole weight thing, that's all encompassing on your life.
Well, it doesn't mean the horse will win either.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 3 hours.
Might miss a run.
Preparation added on to lose that.
But it's not just that 3 hours. It's thinking about that 3 hours.
When you don't do your form, you're as good as what you should do.
Yeah.
You should be really, instead of that time doing, like I know when personally you turn up the races riding heavy, you know inside and out where you're going to be in the run, this is not happy. All you're worried about if you're riding light is your weight.
Yeah.
And then everything else is second. Because if your rate's not right, you don't go around.
And so you lose a bit of clarity.
Oh, you lose
and you've got like something on your shoulders.
Yeah.
I can imagine all those things.
So I think that's what...
Riding horses is like punting, I suppose. You need clarity.
Yeah.
Got things in
At the punter show, when you come in, it's like the movies where it says, please turn off your phones.
Yeah.
Ours is like, make sure everyone's phone's
on
before we start the show.
all the time, and not one person rings me.
Never.
Every freaking show. Sorry, I'm doing this.
Just back to Saturday, Serge on transfers who went there. If Mr. O'Shea did like transfers and then he ended up with Serge, what do you reckon the conversation would have been like when Serge came back after?
Maybe got instructed to lead.
Could have been. But I'm saying if he wasn't and O'Shea liked it, how do you reckon he would have gone?
Listen, a virginal Bo Derek nude on a beach couldn't make John O'Shea happy, so don't worry about it. Could it? Like with fucking triple pussy action and
it's funny, Matt Primit's probably going,
the $1,000 bikini on, made $1,000 notes. Rick would not be pleased. And yet I still really like him. He's an interesting character, isn't he?
Very much so.
What was the quote of Virginal Bo Derek naked on a beach?
What do you think? I just make these things up in my head? I do.
And what about H. Bowman? He didn't really he didn't have much of a clue on Saturday.
No,
He was flooded around, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he was on that Wallace Stale, wasn't he?
Dan Chai.
You know, like, was he on Dan Chai or the other one?
He was on Dan Chai.
Dan Chai.
Our Voodoo Prince was the truck-loaded horse in days, T. England. As you would do, you just, you put our Voodoo Prince down, then you go, I'm going to back this here, and I'm going to back it again.
An awfully hard horse to back.
Yeah, but it speaks volumes about the race. It's just like, we don't fucking know what we're doing.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And Kieran Maher, we probably haven't spoken a lot about him, but he
Did it again.
he's
he's
he's good.
And Patrick, what is it?
But
What
that was
is
just
it? What is it with this punting stat of horses? The trial seems to run over the hurdles. It seems to sharpen them up. Do you know much about this?
Yeah, well, they
I mean, Kieran Maher's horse is an example.
Yeah, well, we obviously can't do the trials in New South Wales
Over
because
the hurdles.
over the hurdles, but they have the jump set up at a lot of tracks now, and it's been really good.
It brushes them up, doesn't it? Just
So do you put them over the sticks?
Yeah, well, you normally have it, like I've done it, but you normally get this track work riders, and a lot of track work riders have probably done it before, and you wouldn't, you'd only do it. But Warwick Farm setup was only, you'd be working in an area this big, so you can't really get a lot of speed, but it's just that spark that they're not used to. And even the education of them, you're forcing an older horse to do something different. And that's basically, the jumps trials are probably different because that's more of a fitness one, where you can't do that in Sydney. You can't run around
you're just putting him over.
You're only doing it just to kick him in the gear. But you get a track rider or someone who just pop over at the end of the water.
gives them a spark up, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It gets them on their feet.
You watch the tape of that Kieran Maher day. In no point in the race was it ever going to lose.
I'd say partly because of the chasers.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, what are we talking about? Social media? I think it is.
But what's the point? What's the point of sending a heavy track winner to the Grafton Cup? I don't understand this. Year in, year out, they talk about the sprint winner at Gosford or Randwick or whatever going to Grafton with the Ramornie, and the bloody Winter Cup winner going to Grafton. It's like, hang on, it's wet in Sydney and it's dry in Grafton. It doesn't belong.
Yeah, fair cool.
But people like winning the Grafton Cup.
Yeah,
Still do.
that's
Put it this way, you and me own that Winter Cup winner on Saturday. I'll be sending Mo.
We're going to Grafton.
We're going to Grafton.
Patrick's comeback's been delayed. He's come back very early.
What's that thing they
I
have the
think
night
the
before?
handicapper.
What's that thing the night before I was trying to buy?
Calcutta.
Patrick Murphy's doing the Calcutta at the Grafton Hotel Club.
Doing the old preparation,
Dad's up
getting.
there now. He's on his way there now.
Is he retiring soon, the old man?
Maybe.
I'm going to say one thing about the old man. All the years I've known him, and I hardly know him at all, he always has a smile on his face. Seems a happy
He's
bloke.
a happy camper, isn't he?
He seems a happy bloke. It'd be nice to be happy.
Well, I tell you, he's like the love of his life is Canterbury.
Yeah.
That's the absolute love of his life. You can't get in between him and Canterbury.
I moved there when I was 6 months old.
And did you know that Lindsay was Patrick's dad, Glenn?
I know, but I didn't know this time. I didn't know. I don't know people's dads. Anyway, but he's always seems to have happy bloke. He's a sort of bloke. How old is he?
I grew up going to this.
How old is he now? 65 or 62?
60 this year.
He looks awful too for his age.
We've had a hard life.
What about the movies? 60 and 30, they look 80 and 40. It's just a joke. But he does seem a happy bloke.
Yeah.
He's still with mum?
Yeah, Mum and I grew up going to the.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
yeah.
Grafton.
Okay.
Yeah, Grafton's.
Because of the school holidays now.
Yeah.
So we used to always go up. So he's up there. He's driving up there now.
No, it's great cuddle. Great cuddle.
He's 7 years older than me, the old man. Fucking, he does look awful.
Don't have the hipster clothes on like you.
You might have to give him an Adidas jacket.
In case young chicks say good day to me, and then I'd still run. Horses to follow. We got anything? Oh, I mentioned that Tender Zero.
I reckon Echo Gal.
What about all gay horses when she comes back?
Yeah,
What about that? What about her stable?
They're often
I don't understand. I don't understand the interest, the interest before the meeting in horses like Echo Gala and Cafe Society who are resuming on a track like that. Just go, huh?
We saw one the other day at Randwick.
Oh, Marty, and they were still going to take $4.80.
That's right. You know,
fire.
If she goes away, even with Newman involved, he went all right for 1 year. Now he's into the orgy. They love this stable orgy when it goes away. I suppose why wouldn't they? I mean, 48 weeks a year is complete hell.
It's not 48 weeks. Do you realise they've gone away for 7 weeks this time?
Yes. that's
and they'll be away for 4 weeks.
That's 41.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, the other times it's like,
You know, it's a long orgy it goes when you whack the two of them together.
I suppose you're right. Social media training, horses to follow, sort of the quarter. What are we saying, mate? Oh, you're going to do it. Oh, there's kids, you don't do it.
Don't do it today, but Pat's been bloody came up for it.
He wants the eels that slaughter the ball.
Yeah.
Everyone wants it.
It's time for slaughter of the quarter.
Brought to you by Lil and
Dead Chinese
Dead
Dave's dad.
Chinese Dave's dad. Yeah.
Have we got anything?
We got much we haven't spoken about.
Yeah, okay. There it is.
Good job.
Yeah.
What about the research that goes on behind it? That was here at 7. He knows what it's
What
like.
was the horse? Was it Huey rode?
Oh, right, Huey probably gets points for Saturday. He didn't ride
Good,
well
he
on
gets
Saturday.
some
Huey gets a point for an honourable point for just not really taking part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
S. Lesney definitely gets.
Oh,
these
for
two
transfers,
That was
yeah, that was brilliant.
3, who are we going to give 3 to, guys? Any ideas? Tash Burley? Oh, no, she's not riding. Hello, Tash. She watched the show?
What about P. Murphy? Because this is his last chance.
Yeah,
to get
P.
his
Murphy
points.
because he retired.
P. Murphy.
P. Murphy because he retired. Yeah,
that's
that's
right,
right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right, and last mark before we
Pearl
go
of
over, Luke
wisdom.
Patrick, and thanks again for being on the show, Pat.
No, it's
and
been
very
great.
kind of you to come all the way from Goulburn. It was a good insight for all of us punters.
Very
A
good.
pearl of wisdom, no?
And it follows on from what I said about the middle draws at Rose Hill. It's just a very simple way of looking at it. Inside draw, normal rail is high draws, middle rail is middle draws, wide rail is inside draws.
What an easy, clean pearl that is, too.
That's a clean
It's a
pearl.
clean pearl. It's been a really good show, and happy
wrapping
punting.
up.
If you want to go to the races the next 2 weeks, you'll see me 13 times.
Lovely, beautiful, and you'll see Patrick at Goulburn on Friday.
I look forward to it.
And if you got a job for Patrick, give us an email
that's
or
right.
whatever,
Yeah,
and get in
That's right,
contact with him.
and don't forget we need a cut.
Yeah, that's
right.
whether it's wood chopping,
I've got
furniture
4
removing,
managers.
Furniture
Yeah.
removals.
Yeah, that's right.
anything in
can't do.
racing.
Nothing you can't do. You could be the starter.
Ah, that's right.
Was your dad ever a starter, or was it? Yeah.
We could put you and the old man involved with some sort of cream for the face and try and get 10 years off.
Get a sponsorship deal with someone, Revlon or someone.
God
like
knows you
that.
couldn't make either of you look worse. That's the money.
Good to see you too.